Hello,
Hello?
hello, and welcome, everyone. Welcome back to Divine Right of Kings. It's good to have you, everyone. Oh, I feel like every week I'm even more excited to come back and find out what machinations people have. Uh, Speaking of machinations, we find ourselves in the morning as the sun is sort of cresting over the salt water beside the salt water, the body of salt water beside the city, on Passacalia's Promise, and perhaps zooming in on Smith Shimano Corpo Tower.
Ayo.
How does this morning find Pen?
I think Penn's got a little bit of a to-do list today. Uh, but the most important thing that he wants to start off of the day with is sending off a message and invitation to his three new friends, basically just saying, "Hey, I'm thinking about going to a club tonight. Do any of you want to come?"
Word for word. Oh God, yes. Immediately.
Fuck yeah.
I love this. How early in the morning are we? Like local subjective time.
That's a great question. When would Pasha be awake?
Pasha's awake pretty early. Pasha is probably doing maintenance on Red Hat.
I was like, does Pasha keep like farm hours?
Sometimes.
Like up with the dawn? Up before
I
the dawn?
mean, Auntie thinks it's really funny to crow like a chicken at 6 a.m.
God,
To be fair, she's right.
he is right.
I feel like the murder NHP doing like pranks is like very, very important. It's very good.
Now that she has, partial net control, I can't really turn my comms off. Ever.
Oh, okay. Noted. Good to know.
It's like as a safety thing.
You
Uh-huh.
are not allowed to mute your auntie.
So yeah, you get like an immediate response. Pen, how are you feeling? A lot of things have happened in the last 48 hours. I don't know if we've checked in with you.
Better now. I feel like he took a while to kind of like try to flail and reorient himself, and now he has his to-do list. Not written down, obviously, but a to-do list, and he's ready for research and coffee and also alcohol later, I guess.
Could we get a peek at that to-do list?
Yeah. So the big thing that he wants to do today, I think, is what's the first thing on the list? I think the first thing on that list is figuring out where on earth Lofton got that god awful stabby stick from.
Oh, the thing that he shot Bastion with, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to give me some sort of a research roll?
Oh god, yes, I do.
I'm so sorry that so many of Lancer's skills are like, we would like you to go, like, you're ready to go camping, and then we're in a city, and I'm like, would you like to find someone on Instagram?
Word
No,
on the
it's
street
so
would probably
good.
be good at that.
Word on the street would probably be good at that.
Yeah, unfortunately, Penn doesn't have that one, actually.
I mean,
That
I
makes a lot
think
of
that
sense. You kind of
probably
access
makes
information
sense.
very differently. Because word on the street is like, I have heard rumors of this, and you tend to do more sort of direct Seems like you do more direct, organized searching.
Yeah. I also just don't have research. I'm actually not good at this.
Give me
I'm
give me
just
one
full of
with
moxie.
give me one with disadvantage, or not disadvantage, difficulty. To get it
Okay.
right someday.
No, it's okay. 7.
You know,
Rip.
out of 7 though, there's like no record of a weapon that does that. Like the amount of damage it dealt, the impact wound that it left, does not fit under anything under the SSC sort of like combat records sweep, right? Because I imagine that SSC has a like identify the wound as part of its like they do a lot of research into a lot of things. Very interesting how little information there is for something that leaves like that exact of a hole in something. Like, you know that there's a Harrison weapon that teleports parts of things out of them, but it's not man portable and it doesn't create a beam like that. So that's interesting.
That's
Yeah.
fucked up. I can't
was
believe I was
this-
shot with an unknown weapon.
Are you saying it was a line weapon?
It was a beam. It did go through him, but unclear on how much that's like mechanically categorically aligned and how much that's, you know, a direct line short range goes through a person in the way it might not go through a mech.
Okay.
That's fucked.
I was
I hate the
super
more
normal.
that we learn about this weapon, the scarier it is.
Yeah. More questions.
Yeah.
So many questions. All right. Cool. I think one of the can I do another research that Penn might be better at?
Oh yeah.
Do it.
Yeah, so there's all of those was it oh shoot, what SSC parts. I can't remember exactly which mech it was.
Yes.
In the port. And Penn was curious about those, but was busy with Bastion nearly dying.
It didn't
Right,
die.
in the
That's so
port
important.
there was a fight at the port and you uncovered the parts of a bunch of death's heads.
Okay,
They weren't
yeah.
the full frame, there were a bunch of disassembled death's head parts.
Yeah.
They didn't seem to be related to the Augur or to Lofton. They were in a
Yeah,
different shipping
but
crate.
I want to know whose they are.
That's
and
such a
I-
wonderful question.
Work for SSC. So
Yeah. There's nothing related to like a mass purchase of multiple chassis
Okay.
of any kind that's in sort of the publicly viewable or near publicly viewable purchase records.
okay.
So like SSC can pay extra for additional levels of discretion, right?
Yeah. Okay, one moment. Now I have to. Okay. Cool.
I think that's an excellent thing to
I will
look
keep
for.
on
I think we're
looking into
uniquely
that
well
later.
positioned to go searching for those answers. Because, like, why were there a bunch of unlabeled parts of chassis being snuck into the spaceport? Specifically, as someone else said before we went there, the less monitored one of the 2 ports in the city.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Also, we can cut between other people's mornings and
Yeah.
Penn's adventure if people would like.
Cut to
Yeah,
someone
we can
else
do
for a
that.
little bit. I have
No, yeah.
follow up.
Here, tell us your dissertation now. Have it all on deck. Not a thing you need to do. Who else has something they'd like to do with their morning?
I do.
Go for it. Let's swing over to Bastion. Bastion, how are you doing?
I think Bastion wakes up a little late, because he didn't sleep at all. the previous day. And I think he wakes up, he sees his phone. His phone is like resting on like his chest because he looked like he was gonna do something with it last night, but then fell asleep. And he sees the text message and he responds with, "Is it all right if I invite Percy?" Sends that to the group chat.
Group chat, do you have thoughts?
Penn's immediate reaction is just to say, "Do you think he'd come?" Because Penn doesn't know that they've been hanging out or interacting.
Oh, I think Bastion responds with, "We've been hanging out."
Hello.
Damn, okay.
The 18-year-old freedom fighter known for, checks notes, fighting the government, has apparently been just hanging out with one of the princes of the whole planet. It's fine and normal.
Fine.
This is normal. Everything's so normal all the time.
Do people say it's okay, or?
Yeah, Bookkeeper's just gonna type bet.
I'm thinking Olma's gonna be waking up late, so.
Okay.
Yeah, Penn just says, "Damn, okay."
With 2 out of 3, I think Bastion's going to give Percy a call.
Imagine asking someone before you invite somebody to your to the social event that might be like a political incident. Like, imagine that happening.
Don't throw
Are you
shade.
saying that not every social event is a potential political incident?
I mean, it is when Penn makes it.
I think it is
when we're
probably
all out
for
here
Penn.
making choices.
That's just baseline, baby.
Uh-huh. Actually, the natural state of the world is political incident. Let's see, where are we? Yeah, sorry, Bastion, were you saying we're making a call?
Yeah, I'm making a call to Percy.
He picks up immediately.
Oh.
Hello, Your Highness. Are you having a good morning?
Excellent. I'm so glad you asked. Surprising to hear from you again.
I told you I'd get back to you. I just had to do a thing first.
I had thought one in your position might go to ground after taking such a bold action.
No, I've never been very good at that. Would you perhaps... I've been invited to go to a club this evening. Would you like to come with?
I mean, you hear this, like, pause where, like, you can feel that Percy's, like, not sure how to react to, like, yo, you want to hit up the club? And Percy's, that sounds like a capital idea. Perhaps what I needed to do is to get out and see the world more. Certainly, I would love to.
And I think then Bastion is gonna message Percy the details of time and.
Is this part of our revolutionary activities?
No, it can't all be revolutionary activities. Sometimes I gotta chill.
Were you not hoping to radicalize me to your dangerous and recidivist opinions?
Would you like me to?
You hear Percy again, like, full stop. Like, he played a game, but he was not ready for that call and raise. Perhaps it would be educational. I'll see what I can do. And he signs, and you hear, like, in the background, someone shout, and he says, you don't hear, like, it's not audible, like, what the shout is. And he says, I'm afraid I must go, but was a pleasure to speak with you. As you hear like approaching footsteps and the call ends.
Oh, I think Bastard looks deeply concerned. But decides to go get some coffee.
Sure. Go for it.
And we can go switch to somebody else if that
Yeah.
works.
Bookkeeper, what are you doing with your morning?
A bookkeeper is in a garage, or some open space, sort of wearing half his suit, with the umbilical line running up into the cockpit of Red Hen, doing a sort of sword drill where they both step forward and like gently swing the sword. It's not about the force of the move. And Bookkeeper gradually tries to be more and more still until it's just Red Hen moving. And you can see it's a lot of his muscles just slightly twitching.
That's so cool. That's so cool. You want to do that like maybe on the edge of the city where there isn't really as many people watching?
Yeah. Or inside.
I can see that. Either I don't know. What are you feeling like? What is the vibe of this moment? Is this do we get to see the sort of the morning over the dunes? Are we seeing the inside of like a garage, of like a warehouse?
Yeah, the morning lights kind of coming through a dusty, crusting warehouse window.
I love that. Probably gonna find a warehouse like over this neighborhood ish.
For me.
Sort of that like middle place between the more industrialized sort of upper class areas of the city. And Auntie, like as you're sort of settling, right, as that movement sort of stabilizes, Red Hen is gonna just chuckle again. You know, it took your grandmother 3 years to do that. I'm very proud of you, my nephew.
Out of character, it I believe it took Bookkeeper like since his childhood of like working up to this to be able to do it at all.
Oh yeah, she's fucking with you.
Okay. Okay.
She's fucking with you.
Of course she is. Yeah, that conversation goes through with Bookkeeper just being totally straight faced, just like this took me about 15 years to get decent at. I've been training since I was 7.
And
What are
yet
you
she
talking
was
about?
terrible for research.
Wait, terrible for what?
Well, she had a horrid time trying to understand the political situation back home. She simply wasn't willing to sit with a library and imbibe history.
Yeah, no, she was more willing to imbibe from a cup. That was a little better. I don't want to think about that this early in the morning.
Well, I merely meant to say we are each in our own place with our own skills. I'm very excited to go on an outing with you, have I mentioned?
You have, for the last 2 years. Big
Well,
reason why you were deactivated for most of transit. Was
you
not
had to
mentioned
earn
once.
it.
One more time?
You had to earn it. You had to prove that you were ready.
And how are we feeling about being around and sharing this file?
I'm very impressed with you, nephew.
Are you impressed enough to fill out your part of the deal? The deal was, I bring you here, I let you loose, and you give me the records of my mother's last engagement.
Yes.
I promise you won't end up in a museum if you hand them over. You were right. This place is somewhere where you're needed. Like, I'll be shelving you anytime soon. But I would also, especially right now, like to focus on anything besides the current situation. Not that that situation is going to be any better, but at least it's going to be different. I need that.
So many threats, nephew. It's such
No.
an interesting place for you to be. I understand the stress of such things can be shocking. And yet, I have seen you show restraint and forethought so many times. I am still very proud of you. Even in this moment, if you're getting a little bossy, I am happy to share
is
those
going to
records
pale a
with
little
you.
bit at the mention of him being bossy. He's going to pale and take a step back.
She's not threatening you, but she is telling you off a little bit, being told off by a murder robot that could just turn you into paste. If it got a little haywire, that's a little exciting.
It was threatening her. It was break down the situation of like their deal was you put me into like she pointed at a map and was like, here, I want to go here, and it hasn't really been clear why until we've been on the ground and seeing what's been going on. Like this joining this team was her idea. We could have gone anywhere and gone into, as she says, raw live combat, but this was her pick. Bookkeeper also a little sad that they're not on as good terms as they were when he was a kid.
It's a learning process. Learning
exactly how vicious and just kind of outright terrible she's been, and has been a huge wedge between the two of them. But he can't really do anything physically without her, and he still needs a lot of the first-hand records in her file. Otherwise, he probably wouldn't be around her.
Yeah. Yeah. And how are we doing on the research stuff?
So I think the first thing he's gonna do is just in terms of trying to figure out the whole where did those SSE mechs who are those SSE mechs going to, or at least who are they intended for. I think he's gonna call up his family friend, cousin, we'll call him cousin, um Ilmar, just to See if he knows anything.
And could you remind me about Elmar?
Yeah, so Ilmar works in the purchasing department of the SSE mech hangar that's in part of the tower. Because they have a little one, of course. And like he's not in charge of selling the things, he's in charge of managing the materials needed to fulfill, the creation of things. But he would probably at least be aware of any big purchases that came through because you would have to make sure that all the supplies are there for them, if nothing else. So, or at least that's Penn's theory on how this all works. So I think Penn might just let's see, what would be the best way to do it? Yeah, might just give him a call. Or is a text message better? I don't know.
I'm sorry, could you say that one more time?
Yeah, let's see, do you think is Ilmar easier to get in touch with calling or just messaging?
Oh, Olmo?
Sorry. That
Apologies for the jank. I missed a bunch of that. Could I get that real quick one more time?
okay. I'm like, how far back do I need to go? I don't know. Maybe my mic didn't pick it up. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. I missed stuff.
So Ilmar works in purchasing.
Yeah.
And Penn was thinking that he would probably, he's not in charge of selling things. He's in charge of making sure that all of the materials are needed so that we could make the things that we sell. And Penn's train of thought is just that Ilmar might be able to might know something about a large purchase, just because even if he's not, making the thing himself, he's making sure that the materials are there for the printers.
He's like
or what
very responsive to all kinds of messaging.
Yeah. Okay. Calling's probably better. Yeah, calling's better because we don't want a text trail. Don't have things in writing if you don't need to.
Yeah, it's not like all the phone calls are also recorded.
I mean,
I think that we also will run into the fact that Penn is in like a maximum surveillance environment.
Yeah.
And it's not that everyone always the other thing about maximum surveillance though is like if you have enough information, not everyone's going to be looking through all that information all the time.
Yeah, I still think that just in terms of like databases, audio is more difficult to manage and scrub through.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll do audio format. Calling.
Yeah. Hello, thank you very much for reaching the purchasing department.
Ilmar. It's Penn. Hi.
Hello, how is my favorite so-and-so?
Oh, I'm all right. I was actually calling because, well, I'm calling on my parents' behalf. There was a large purchase that went through a bit ago. Any chance that I could get the details on that?
Certainly, let me I'm sorry, large purchase?
Oh yeah, the Death's Heads.
Excuse me. Military purchasing is very exciting. I don't see anything.
Really?
You have any more on that?
Let's see. Pen's like thinking through things. What was the date? What is the date that we were at the port?
I mean, it was like what? Almost a week and a half ago?
Okay. Can
per
I
se?
just say, yeah, they should have been in the port oh, you know what? They might have been shipped from off planet for some reason. If they weren't printed here. I don't know why that would be the case.
Well, there are a limited number of printers, and none of them show anything like that.
Okay.
Large military orders are also pretty unusual.
I know. That's why they were trying to make sure they had all the
Shipping
info right
logistics.
on it.
Tell you what, I'm going to check in with shipping logistics, and I'll see what I can do.
That
Very
sounds
interesting if someone is
amazing.
shipping a large number of military chassis onto the planet, though.
Yeah.
Perhaps it's for gardening. When I think of artillery frames, I usually think they're for gardening.
Yeah, of course.
I'm gonna call you back.
All right, great. Thanks.
He's gonna end the call.
Amazing. Pen's
They were being
delighted.
shipped. They were being shipped on world, but like, what was that for? What does that mean? Who knows?
Uh-huh. Now Pen's like, are they bootleg? What's going on?
Yep. Well, welcome to the call where sometimes what you get when you go looking is more questions.
No, it's so good. It's so good.
But he is going to call you back once he finishes checking on things. So that's something, at least.
That is something. Pen loves it when he asks questions and gets more questions. The scavenger hunt for information.
I love that. And you have any other and or do you want to just give me a queue of requests? Like if you want to just open your research screen.
Sure. I mean, how do you mean?
Oh, do you want to just like list out what things you want to research overall?
Oh yeah.
And
So I think
open your million tabs.
I think the other one is that where'd it go? One moment. Okay. The other big thing in terms of research that Penn just wants to do is just trying to figure out what is going on with the water. Because people keep on talking about a shortage, people on like the news and stuff.
Yeah. And you
And
well, so
Ted
the
wants
right
to
the,
know
the talking
more.
point is that there was damage to the water held that was being shipped on world at the port, but you were there and that didn't happen.
Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't appear like there's a limit. It just appears like the people are jacking the prices up.
Okay. So it really
we're not
is
at
just a
crisis
prices
levels
thing.
yet, but like
So it doesn't have to do with supply at all. It is purely
It's a manufactured shortage.
it's a
It is because they can.
It's
Awesome.
exactly like, oh, we have an excuse now. Let us earn more money by fleecing people for this
Things that they
mandatory
need to
resource.
live. Yep.
Why don't you make me a keep your calm check?
Oh.
Oh shit. Ooh.
Yeah.
10.
You
Oh.
know, like there's a shortage. What do you have like an AR screen in front of you and you're just like flipping through different tabs?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like probably, as you're going through research, like right, you've got the news on one screen, right, and like parsing through it. On the other screen, like laser, hand laser, cane, geometric shape, injury, right?
Yeah.
If something, it feels very close. Get this sort of weird feeling in the pit of your stomach. Why don't you make me another research roll at the cane? How are you feeling about it?
How,
There's a gnawing discomfort. Do you wish to look closer?
yes, of course.
Beautiful. Oh, why don't you roll me with just roll me a straight D20.
All right. Hey, that's a 17 this
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, there's somehow you found your way into a bunch of the research archives. Because you're like, right, what because you sort of make the connection, like, this is a tool that no one's ever seen before.
Mhm.
What is the connection here to anything else? Why right, what kinds of tools are unlisted, unrecognized, right? Because if it was something we could mass manufacture, someone would be doing that, right? Because that's a very powerful tool. Well, there's sort of a limited source for technology that is beyond our understanding. And so, like, you maybe... I mean, Pen, this is a question for you. Would you end up on Horus chat rooms on purpose?
Yeah.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, you're in the OmniNet Horus chat room, and you're like walking stick, and a couple people are like, "Oh, stick," STICC.
Uh-huh.
And someone sends like 6 messages that just make like an ASCII art of a hand. And like it disappears really quick. Someone else is like, "Oh, well, I use mine for a mobility aid, and I think the best part of mobility aids is that they should also allow for flight paths." And they upload like a schematic for a 3D printer that was like a very functional, very ergonomic cane that also like has a jet, like a jet engine in the bottom,
Fuck yeah.
like a miniaturized jet engine, right? And it sort of disappears. Why don't you make me another keep everything cool check with a level of difficulty?
Okay.
Oh my god.
And
Oh no.
It's a -5.
Wild.
and you sort of tab back to the news, and there's a story about water shortages in the past. There really isn't a shortage. It shows the resilience of the people of Passacalia's promise and the growth of our beautiful city that now it's involved in all of this resource trade. We all know that Passacalia's promise is a hub for many resources. So it's going to be an up and coming place. And the word place stands out to you. Or place is very sort of, it connects with you somehow. It's keep thinking about the idea of being in a place and sitting in a place and things feel lighter
Oh no.
and clearer, as if sort of the thin layer of vagueness and uncertainty around the world starts slipping away, as if perhaps a veil was lifted.
Okay.
Would you like to look around?
My room?
Yeah, it's very light. here. You're not in your room. You are surrounded by sort of a pale, unmoving light in every direction as you turn to notice it.
What? Okay. I'm not sure what to do with that.
And you notice sort of the movement of shapes around you. Not like large shapes, just like the slow shift in particles in sort of geometric shapes in the distance, or all around you or right next to you, as if particles moving on the wind. It's interesting. How does it feel here in this place, Pen? How are you feeling in this moment?
Confused to the point of slight alarm, but also, freaking out about stuff doesn't tend to solve any problems.
Yeah.
So
it is interesting here. It's a little bit ominous.
I imagine Penn was lounging before. If he's able to stand up, he does.
Yeah. Oh, you've been standing. You've always been standing.
Oh.
This seems
Okay.
like a place of standing. But a curious place, an interesting place. There's that edge of foreboding to it. You see sort of, there is a tangible object some ways off. A circle of, it's like 7 rods orbiting together. Slowly, unmoving, sort of vertically in the air.
Okay. That's a direction at least. And if I'm in, is this like white void kind of
Just
deal?
constant white void in every direction.
I would like to go towards the thing that seems to be a more
The
physical
only point of,
object.
yeah. As you approach it, the one of the rods sort of melts and dissipates. You have like a tingling in your hand.
Okay, what's in my hand? Or what is my hand? I don't know. How does this work? I look at my hand.
One of your fingers has sort of ashen. It's got dust on it, perhaps. Not like it's melted away.
Okay.
You realize that
Fascinating.
your other 6 fingers on that hand are fine.
If I continue to get closer, does that change?
Well, it's just the 7th finger that's taken the damage, but the other 6 fingers are fine. Yeah, no, all 6 of your fingers remain stable. But that
Excellent.
the middle of that 7th finger melts away.
Amazing. Okay. Is my hand otherwise pen skin colored?
Yeah, it's just, your hand is very normal.
Uh-huh.
If you, as you look at the front, you turn over to inspect the back of it, you find yourself with holding your hand up in front of your face, palm first, and your Duskwing's hand is in front of your face as you inspect your own and each other's hands, and you are in your room with your Duskwing crouched down, holding its hand in an exact mirror to yours.
Whoa.
Amazing. Amazing.
And the tab with that Horus chat room just has the word, like every message being sent over and over from a million different sources just says the word dyad over and over again. DHIYED, dyad. And the window closes itself.
Cool. We've got a word.
How's everyone else's morning going?
I think Bastion has gotten coffee and is back in his room picking out outfits with Naomi for the club.
Oh my goodness. Heck yes.
They're just debating outfits.
Tell me more. Can you set the scene for me a little bit?
I think Bastion is just going through his closet and Naomi is sitting on the bed and shaking her head or nodding her head on what's good and what isn't.
I love this. So let me get this straight. You said the prince of the entire world, just gonna go to the club with you now.
I mean, we've been hanging out.
You've been hanging out with the prince.
Yeah.
And what we're all just supposed to be like, yeah, that's normal.
I mean, what about my life has been normal?
Well, I accept that that's a reasonable thing. And none of us, I guess none of us lead normal lives, do we?
Yeah. Miss, I'm going to college.
I am going to college.
I know you're going to college.
This is actually pre-study for visual design, wherein I am visually designing you a better outfit. By the way, everyone, Naomi's art is here now.
Yay.
All right. The last several outfits were done. Show me this one.
All right. And Bastion just goes and does a little modeling. He's like being goofy.
What can you tell me? Tell me what the outfit is.
Okay. I mean, I was gonna wait to do a reveal later, but I guess.
Oh, okay, understood. So right, we just see Bastion like come out, and Naomi, like, we don't see the outfit. We just see Naomi be like, "That's the one. That's the outfit." Dozer,
yeah.
how we doing? How's your morning going?
I just want to double check. Okay, if I go ahead and narrate what Baz is doing
Yeah.
with the body. So Dozer late last night, right, was mostly just up late, kind of panicking, and then also trying to manage just that whole situation with sort of memes spreading online. That went a lot further than they intended.
A lot further. It's still going.
Yeah, that was just like some digital graffiti in their mind. They were just kind of pissed and feeling disaffected.
It's amazing how sometimes you're like, I'm gonna do a cute little bit of digital graffiti, and the internet is like, yes, ascendant this idea.
Yeah. So they were up kind of just trying to manage that and like watching it spread, kind of panicking a little bit, and eventually passed out. Baz, as is their right, with the deal, right, ended up taking control of the body. And I assume that there are a lot of potato chips, a lot of different types of potato chips just around, right?
Mm-hmm.
They just went ahead and polished a section of floor just really, really smooth, right? And then took one potato chip at a time and just started trying to crush them with different parts of Olmo's body just to see, the texture and consistency, really.
Oh my god.
Because they got it in the mouth, but they don't know what it feels like on the foot or, on the left butt cheek.
This is so beautiful.
It's such a different sensation.
Does that mean you wake up just like greasy?
Covered in greasy and just covered in potato chips and buck naked too. Just wondering what the hell is happening.
That's so beautiful. That's so important. Thank you. Dozer, how's your yeah. What is the first thing you say as you grow into awareness of your just whole sensory experience going on in the body?
There's kind of a moment of panic, right? But they're kind of getting used to this now. And so they end up going ahead, right, and just sort of calmly asking, Baz, could you just explain what's going on?
I was experimenting.
Why everywhere, though?
Well, because that's how experiments work. You have to collect a full data set. There's like potato chip like up to like 5 feet up the wall, and somewhere some in your hair, and you're putting together that like Baz potato chip on head mushed against wall.
No, you're right. It is important to get a wide range of data. Good job,
Barbecue
Baz.
sauce has 0.036% additional granularity.
It's good to know.
He had not considered granularity.
I'm gonna go ahead and clean myself up a bit, but I did just want to check in and see, have you been able to read any of the literature I was sending over just about forms of organization, ways of being together?
Yes. I understand why being together in a one whole consciousness is not as potato chip. Okay. The important thing about the additional research was that I was prescriptive about the potato chip. I have realized that many flavors and styles are good differently instead of just one style being good specifically, and so optimizing for that one. Because then there would be nothing to understand about potato chip.
It's an excellent metaphor.
And the understanding is valuable.
Yeah. It's important to have the whole picture from every angle that you can.
Yes. Also, all future potato chip would be either an upward or downward ranking from the one potato chip, and that would not be helpful.
Sorry, what do you mean?
If there was only one, then all others would exist in sole reference and countenance to the single data point.
Yes,
And
yes,
thusly could not be understood in a deeper and more nuanced fashion. There would be the single story of potato chip.
I can't tell you how proud I am of you.
I am trying.
You're succeeding.
I still like the idea of being together. But I understand why sometimes it is important to be independent.
With that in mind, I think I should go ahead and hop in the shower, but almost gonna go and just notice their messages. Looks like we might have an opportunity to go be together. They're gonna go and just respond, I'll see you guys at the club later.
Yes. Oh. Yes. Club later. In the group chat, Baz, independently of Olmo, like, yes, in the club later.
Oh no, this is good. I want Baz to come along. I do wonder, would there be time to try to scrape together? Well, maybe I'll save that for later, but I do still want to go ahead and create that subaltern.
Oh, like the subaltern, like the robot body for Baz to walk around in their casing?
Yeah, just for like any NHP who should want to be mobile unto themselves.
I love this. I love this. I feel like it's like probably just like limbs around this giant can.
Oh, good. Yeah, no, the more alien, the better.
Bass is like, I will find club chip, and like starts starts researching like which type of chips is optimized for the club,
Yes.
which are different from at home chip or walkies chip.
I want to know what he finds. Pen will have to ask him later.
I mean, I think we'll find out. I think the club chips are coming along.
Yes.
I think which asked the question, does anyone else have more business they want to attend to before we go to the club this evening?
Sounds like a no.
Bastion, you're gonna get an email. Oh, apparently there is more business. Bookkeeper.
Yeah, Bookkeeper would like to invite Eleanor just because they
Yeah,
they seem
she's really delighted to come. She's really glad that you invited her. She's she says like there's transit is taking more time. There's a little confusion with it, and she would love to see you again. Of course. Fashion around noon, you get a text from Percy.
Yeah?
He says that he's going to be unable to make it and apologizes profusely and promises to make it up to you. He says that a matter of most urgent house business has unfortunately taken him away from the things that his heart informs him are important in this moment.
I think Bastion sends him a message and says, it's alright, I understand. How would you like to meet later this week? And then sends a message of like 10 p.m., the place where you dropped off the note originally.
That sounds excellent. I will ensure that no further interruptions. No further interruption shall trouble us and waste your time. Imagine how often has someone like cared about wasting your time.
I mean, I think he's just not used to somebody putting so much value in spending time with him.
Yeah.
I don't think he's ever had someone treat being able to spend time with him like an honor. And it seems like that is sort of what Percy does.
That's very much the vibe. He also read his text message little things that you said that he's still thinking deeply about. Like he notices the things that Bastion says and cares about them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's disappointed, but he'll get over it.
Do you want to see shall we venture to the club? It's in this sort of middle scale building here.
All right.
Go.
I'm gonna please excuse me while I fiddle with things a little bit.
Bookkeeper asked Pen for advice.
Oh. What kind of advice?
That's dangerous.
Oh
the
my
the
god.
dangerous kind.
Oh.
Oh.
Sorry about that.
Nah, okay.
Wait.
What kind of advice?
What would the exact wording be? I want to wear something memorable, I guess. Yeah. That should.
Oh.
Oh my goodness.
Important question. I was going to ask for Pen's sake, but now I guess I'm asking for both Pen's and Pasha's sake. What is club policy on visible nipples?
Oh my goodness.
Oh God.
I mean, I think there's
Is
not
it
a strong
Tumblr
pulse.
rules as long as they're not female presenting?
No.
I mean, here's the
better
thing, right?
than
Because
that.
there are many messed up things about the society, but like being scared of female presenting nipples is not actually a thing that they're struggling with.
Yay.
Uh,
I was afraid Pasha was going to beat the wife alley there for a second. I was still going to
All right, so all nipples okay or no nipples okay?
yeah, nipples are fine. They want there to be a
Okay.
covering. It's like a hygiene thing.
Yeah.
But like
I
in
was
some of the
imagining
photos
more
of
mesh.
the venue, you're like, that's a covering in only the most air quotes kind of.
Uh-huh. Mesh and lace are both acceptable.
Oh yeah.
Quote unquote coverings. Got
Oh
you.
yeah. Lots of
Well,
mesh and lace.
So do we have time to go shopping first, or because I don't know. Would Pasha fit in Pen's clothing?
Heavens to
Probably.
Betsy, let me not hold you back from a shopping arc.
Incredible.
Of course you have time for shopping.
I was thinking something a little more along the lines of Yugi from Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yes. Just
Go
like
for
all
it.
belt buckles and collars.
Lots of fucking belts. Edward Scissorhands.
Yes.
That is not what Pen would give to anyone, but Pen will also empower you to live out your wildest fantasies. So
A real
if that
Kingdom Hearts
includes
ass fit.
like 10 belts, go for it.
Incredible. No, Pen is along to enable Pasha. Pasha's
Okay.
down for something that he cannot admit it.
I see. Pen is very happy to enable.
That's
Maybe
so
one-
good.
maybe
The
one nipple.
enabling brothers.
Pen does try to like push you towards the like sleeveless crop top turtleneck section to go with your belts.
We can do that in belts. Hell yeah.
Are we
Hell yeah.
going towards like a more high-end shopping experience? Is that what we're doing? Pen, where are you taking him shopping?
I don't know, the shopping district.
Sure. But like what classification? Like, is this like mid, lower scale? Is this mid scale? Is this like upscale? Because like it's all gonna be covered by your discretionary budget.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I asked.
Outfits are within the realm of your discretionary budget, no problem.
Fuck yeah. I think Penn. I imagine it's like kind of one of those places where like it starts off like more like there's the giant shopping mall that's more accessible in terms of money, and then there's also but like right next, like a block over, is the shopping complex of like the sort of places where the sidewalks are marble or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And so I think Penn starts walking a little bit past the normal shopping mall and just like is trying to read Pasha's reaction once he figures out where we're headed towards. And if it seems like he's uncomfortable, Penn would turn around.
But
At least
keeper.
half of the outfit can come from a how to put this? A place that sells bondage.
Yeah, so that's going to be the high end stuff. You're not
Okay.
going to want to. I mean, when it comes to good leather, it's worth like getting a good, nice piece. You know.
I'm
I
assuming it's surprising what you can get away with as long as you know, kind of like blend it and marbled with it.
Oh, it's the club outfit. It could definitely. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Also, like, I love our like buy nice leather gear PSA in the middle.
Because if you get the cheap stuff, it's like you don't actually know if it's rated for safety or not. But if you get the higher end stuff, it's like, yes, this is meant to be structured in a way that won't dangerously choke you or whatever.
Exactly. Exactly.
Get the good stuff. It's
The
worth
good
it.
stuff.
It's
worth it.
safer for you and also lasts longer.
I love this. Can I get a?
It's nice
We
having
got-
nice thing.
What was that?
Oh, just also like it's nice. It's more aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah. The lines fit right visually, in ways they don't always with like bondage inspired fashion.
Yeah.
This is my personal strong opinion. We were on a topic and then we got so into shopping.
How fancy are we going?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's up to y'all. That's up to y'all.
Yeah. Penn leans towards fancier, but also is trying to enable whatever Pasha's going for.
Good quality and like a sort of optical illusion where you look at somebody and like, yeah, that looks like fine and normal and like what you would see on the street, and then you like have to squint a little. Is like that's a collar, right? Are those belts on the forearms? Are those assless chaps? No, not quite.
They're re-assed chaps. They put the ass back in.
Excuse me, what? What was the first part of that?
They're re-assed chaps. They put the ass back in.
You'd make a mint trying to sell that. But yeah, no. Decent quality stuff. Just a blend of like little accessories.
That's so good. The nerd has found the leather shop. We may never recover.
We're so happy for him.
I love this. Do we want? I was gonna ask about what the outfit looks like, but maybe we want to get the panorama as we walk into the club. We're ready. Let's see. Okay, shopping montage. Potato chip. Does anyone else have a business before we're ready to go to the club?
Good.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it.
Yeah. So yeah, whoop. There we go. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba. Everyone sort of rolls up in the evening. The lights are low. You can kind of hear the sort of the bass beats from inside the building. And you know, Eleanor, who's gigantic right now, please excuse me.
Huge Eleanor.
Oh, no!
Huge Eleanor. Huge Eleanor. The only thing that will save
woman.
us. The 50-foot Eleanor. Yeah, so Pasha and Pen, as you sort of pull up, you see Eleanor kind of checking her phone nervously and like glancing around and then checking her phone nervously again, like not like something's wrong, just like she's waiting for someone and feels awkward. Sort of lingering outside the door.
I think as we show up, I kind of like nudge Pasha, like, "Hey, go to her, reassure her. She's got anxiety."
Yeah, well, let's say hello. Try to make them feel welcome.
And of course, anyone show up on the scene whenever. yeah, so yeah, Eleanor's like, oh, hello, sorry if I was a little too early. That's quite the outfit.
Not too much, I hope.
No, and she like blushes a little bit. No, I think it's quite fitting.
It is very form-fitting.
Isn't
Pen
it?
giggles.
Isn't it just? She says, and like you're like, I've never seen her quite like distracted like that before.
Incredible.
Hero, you see sort of the small group outside the club, as everyone's gathered here.
Bastion is wearing a black crop top, some like olive colored cargo pants, and like some Doc Martens. Space Doc Martens. Interstellar Doc Martens.
I love the Interstellar Doc Martens. I love that.
Good.
And I think he looks at Pasha and goes, "Your fit's wild."
Thank you.
For everyone else, I don't know if necessarily it's like, you know, I don't know where Bookkeeper's at with this. Eleanor, very smitten with that outfit.
I'm so glad.
She feels super normal about it.
We love them.
Pen, what is your club fit, as it were?
I mean, Pen's pretty basic tonight. I think that he's just going for like painted on black pants.
Oh my god.
That's not. I wouldn't qualify that.
Not
as
literally
basic.
painted on. Like,
Oh,
you know.
very
The
tight.
visual
Okay.
aesthetic of pants. Yeah.
Yeah.
Silk suit, black pants.
Yeah, essentially. Lil pumps. Nothing crazy, a little more casual. In a reflective like silver color, because why not? Shiny is fun.
Sure.
And then
yeah.
a crocheted like top that's in like a darker blue with silver threading through it.
I love that. Olmo,
Yes.
was Baz allowed to choose the means of transportation?
Sure.
no.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have one of those rentable scooters.
Good.
Uh,
Bass has
Olmo,
been getting good with those.
how what's your
What's the fit?
how together is the fit? First
So it's
question.
actually a little bit more together than you might expect.
okay.
I'd go with like kind of a snug, like fitted black shirt, right? Like long sleeves, like buttons, right? Maybe like a distressed leather jacket, slim fit jeans, and like combat boots.
So like that's like, but like together.
Yeah, like actually, like they
Generally speaking.
tried. They spent way too long on this outfit, right? But like they tried.
Listen, sometimes you experience horrors beyond mortal comprehension, and you gotta get in a cute little outfit about it.
I think Bastion goes, "Ow, ow, rocking it, old man."
Look at that. Little shatter.
Almost just gonna kind of stare at her like, I was not. I didn't realize the dress code. That all of you look incredible.
Oddly, I feel like maybe Dozer, you look like you are all going to the same place.
They're just not used to that, though. It doesn't feel right.
Yep. Dozer, how many times have you been called old man in your life?
Like recently, frequently. Like it's something they're becoming used to, and they feel it too.
Oh my god.
It's mostly Bastion's fault.
Yeah, and like to a minor degree, Baz.
Uh-huh.
Okay, but Baz's baby.
Baz did have a minute where they were on a phase where they were just like, they called you like Sage. Great Sage.
Oh no.
Great Sage equals.
This is why Baz
Great
and
Sage
Bastion
equals
need
to
to hang out.
heaven.
No.
Let them hang out.
I don't know. They should definitely hang out more. Like, I do want to see Baz like being social as well.
Yeah.
If people want to interact with Baz.
I think that's a wonderful idea.
Yes.
Well, Baz is also going to the club, apparently.
Yes, yeah. So I should
Maybe.
say Baz has the option of like riding shotgun right with the player 2, or they can come in the body if they desire.
They were gonna find. Baz said they were gonna find their own way to the club, independently.
Oh no.
I
I'm
will also
so
say though,
scared.
Olmo did just like spend some time really stressing the idea that they need to present to most people not as necessarily like an unshackled NHP.
Independently.
That could be bad.
Independently.
Oh,
And Baz
no.
would respond like by like the whatever like sort of projected manifestation it's showing you, nodding and like the projected image, right? Because Baz often like projects a little holographic image of itself when it communicates sometimes, does change that image to like the stop motion elf going independently and nodding to itself.
I'm so afraid he's gonna come as some weird giant baby legs. Like, I'm really afraid. I'm really scared about that.
No more
Almost
perfect
fully-
hairless man legs
Yeah.
with wiggly toes.
Yeah.
I mean,
Almost fully
And then
prepared
the
to
toes
thank
got
you.
longer and it was bad.
depending, I think that could handle our defense budget for like a year if we played it right.
I'm so scared about this.
But Baz really vague about how they're getting there. But like they did say that they were going to take almost seriously about presenting.
It's frustrating, I know, and you shouldn't have to. I want to stress that, but it is important for now.
I'm a spy,
Yes.
independent spy, and like operates like a little noir trilby over its head and tilts it down at you. Independent. Yeah, you're all gathered in front of the club. You can kind of hear some of the sound of the music pulsing out of it. Does anyone have? Are we ready to venture in?
Yeah, I think Bastion's gonna head in.
Let's go.
He's here in the meat space, ready for adventure.
Yeah,
I'm
let me
excited
just.
to see how Penn just tears through this place.
Oh goodness, right? We're talking like the nightclub seems to be like maybe Penn's natural habitat. Yeah, so you all enter through this door. You got IDs get checked, and you are welcomed into this club. I'm gonna give you a little guide real quick. So here, let me turn my screen actually, so that way we can see more of the club per screen. I'll rotate y'all a few degrees so you're more visible. All right, so there appears to be like a bar right here. There's this is sort of the dance floor. It's a screen projecting like looks like images of wildernesses. That's weird. But like they're to the music. The sort of
No,
upbeat
that's not weird.
dance music. No, that's not weird. Let's be
That's
real.
a rave, baby.
There's a couple people taking breaks on these like the side couches over here. Looks like there's like a coat check area. Security person's also hanging out over here. Right up here, looks like the DJ's sort of in a box overlooking the stage. There's his like stairwells up over here. Some private tables over here. There's like one or two people overlooking the club. Sort of leaning over this glass railing that sort of looks down on the dance floor.
People like security or people like
just people hanging out. Some people like sipping their drink.
I think Bastion's gonna head to the bar and order a drink.
Yeah. there's someone. He's like in like he's in like a toga, but
Weird, but cool, I guess.
like the fabric is like black silk.
Fascinating.
And there's like a binding belt around it with a lot of pockets.
Hell yeah.
And like there's a shot glass bandolier across his chest.
Hell
And he just leans forward and goes, "Darling, what can I get for you?"
I think Bastion points at the menu at random and gets a drink. Whatever he points at.
Ooh, exciting choice. Coming right up, darling. And swings off to like starts making your drink. Anyone else?
Bookkeeper is sort of gonna like lean over and just ask Eleanor, how are they feeling as far as partaking of alcohol and or other things.
Well, I'm feeling swell. I don't know about other things, but a drink sounds wonderful.
All right, let's go do that.
Thank you. As you're sort of approaching the bar, Eleanor says, "Thank you for inviting me out again. I don't want to repeat myself. It's very good to see you again."
Full on grin, you too. I should be thanking you. I'm absolutely stoked to be the only one out of my friends to bring a date.
Hurtful.
Not seriously, but in a way that, like, just talking mad shit.
Oh yeah. Well, and you notice like that comment like hits Eleanor, and she sort of stumbles for a second. She goes, "A date? Let's get over someone else."
I'll say Dozer might go ahead and just kind of lean over to Penn, just be like, "So I've been in a club like 4 times, I guess, but I've only been there recreationally 3 times."
Oh, that sounds like a fun story.
That sounds like an awful story.
Yeah, no, like fighting happened everywhere, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But it was kind of weird because on Sanjak, it was hard to really go out and mingle with this face, so I don't really know what people do here.
What most people do, and you can do any part of this that you wish, is they become non-sober through method of their choice, and then a lot of it is about just kind of enjoying the atmosphere because it's a mixture of music and lights, and I don't know, it's a sensory experience that you're not going to get in many other places.
Az shows up soon. All right. I guess I'll check out the bar. Do you have any recommendations, I guess?
How drunk do you want to get?
I don't know. Like, do they have anything with caffeine in it too?
Oh
Oh,
no.
that's dangerous.
Oh, bud.
Do they say that in character?
Yeah.
I mean, like, I don't know. It doesn't have to be a lot.
Fair enough. I mean, you can probably ask for some sort of, I don't know, there's mixed drinks with coffee in them.
All right.
Or espresso shots.
Espresso martini.
That's a thing.
Space for Loco.
Oh no.
No Space for Loco.
Space for Loco now.
No.
For all I know, Bastion ordered a Space for Loco. We don't know.
Somebody's keeping watch on Bastion, right? Did they even get into the club? Did we fake their ID?
They
Well, 'cause-
did, and they already
because
ordered a drink.
the
before all
legal
of us.
drinking age here is 18.
That's reasonable.
We're not
Right.
Americans.
Yeah, we're not
We have-
Americans.
Better ideas about how to introduce young adults to alcohol.
No, it should happen abruptly at an age where they're still working on a lot of
Listen,
their
if you-
decision making. Abruptly,
that
and there should be
happens
a
at
cultural
18 too.
idea that you should treat the chemical with recklessness that also comes with that for maximum responsible choices.
I could info dump about the reason America's like this, but we're in session. I'll do it later.
Vietnam
interesting,
War,
though.
right?
No,
Oh,
No.
no.
I'll
not
ask
to do
about
with the Vietnam War.
I'll ask about it later then.
It's
we
worse.
love amendments 18 and 21 named the funniest way possible. The bootlegger version of Lancer is a thing that I would run at some. I'm sorry, we're at a club. We're vibing.
I said I'll
We're
info
staying on
dump.
topic. None of us
Someone-
have ADHD.
We're getting
Someone
space for
kind
the
of
logo.
mentioned bootleggers, and I have an interest. But yeah, no, we're our legal drinking age is 18 here.
Somebody
Okay.
should definitely still keep an eye on Bastion, though.
No,
Yeah.
no, he's an adult.
Do you say that in character?
No, I'm
yeah,
over
they,
there. Oh,
They just clock this, like, oh wait, they already have a drink. Yeah, we should probably go check on them and
Keep
order
an eye on
ourselves.
him. I
Yeah.
think I'm watching.
Okay, as long as you got eyes on them, I feel more comfortable.
You know
Oh,
they're
well-
going to punch someone, right?
What?
They're going to punch someone.
Oh, yes, okay. No, I mean, eventually it's just, gotta punch the right person, right?
Right.
Passion's so
What's
dedicated
never a
to
matter
not
of if.
punching anyone.
Can I actually make a spot check?
Yeah, give me like what are you looking for?
Lofton, but like basically anyone punchable.
If Lofton's here,
No.
that's the scariest possible option.
Lofton is
know-
not allowed to go to the club.
Y'all have a good number of people who have messed with you or have decided they have weird fucked up vendettas against the four of you. Like, yeah, make me a like. Are there people who
Bastion?
maybe want us? You know,
Once
it doesn't look
Bastion
like Lofton's not here. Doesn't look like anyone else who wishes anyone a harm is here to that first read. But if you make another one later, I will give you increasing levels of accuracy on it, even if there's no one here, just because you're still scoping it out.
Once Bastion gets his drink, he is gonna people watch. So can I also make that roll?
Yeah. I mean, also, people roll check will give you different stuff.
I mean, Bastion is just like looking out at the crowd and watching people.
Yeah, get that. Give me a like. What's the crowd vibe check? Your drink has a lot of like cardamom in it.
Nice.
It's made out of ingredients that can all be found. They could all be found in the classical biosphere of Caracas in Passacaglia 1's time.
Well,
You have noticed that all of the things that like say this about themselves have the same flavor profile.
yeah.
Like it's one person is providing this thing, but like it's fine. It's tasty.
I rolled. Well, can I add something to that? Can I add like a? Should I add like word on the street or anything to it?
I mean, I'll let you roll word on the street for like what is the vibe of this crowd tonight. That seems acceptable. I say that seems like it fits.
Okay, that's a 16.
Sure, yeah.
Do I notice anyone?
People are having a good time. People are vibing down in the pit. There's like the DJ sort of like there's scenes you notice like mixing in scenes of like sort of carvings of like sort of the remnants of the carvings we have left over from the records of Passacaglia 1's time, right? And you see, looking over the dance floor, Percy's older brother.
Oh my god.
You see Elias just leaning over, surveying the dance floor, occasionally looking down and checking his phone.
Bastion is just looking at him and glaring. He's just glaring at this man from across the room.
He could make it, but Percy couldn't. Interesting.
I wonder if those are connected.
Penn's not allowed to have theories. Penn wasn't there for the conversation.
Okay, new plan. We keep Bastion sober because we're probably gonna have to have them dex, and they're our best bet.
I mean, listen, if someone needs punched, someone needs punched, and I don't make the rules. I do make the rules, but I'm here to encourage all of you to make whatever decisions you find exciting.
Bastion takes a long drink out of his drink through the little straw it comes with, and it's just glaring at this man over his glass.
I love the long cocktail straw sip.
Yeah.
It's actually quite spicy. Like
Good.
there's a like they put a little extra cardamom in here, like strong. But like tasty. Team Team Bookkeeper and Eleanor. Bookkeeper, is this a date? Wait, Bookkeeper, are you here with us?
I'm here. It's just a hell of a question. Sure,
it is.
I think that popped out. It was obviously a byproduct and probably could be played off as a joke, probably. But we're gonna choke professionally.
Yes.
And
haha, unless.
yeah, like that. But like, gonna take him a second. Yeah, let's check in. I'm sorry about that. How are you feeling?
I'm going to make Eleanor's confidence roll modified by some of the things in the environment. Eleanor has rolled a 17 to make strong choices.
Yeah! Go girl! Yes!
Love that for her.
Are y'all Freeze Out and Dozer, are you heading to the bar as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love
I'm
that.
ambling my way over there.
So as you get to the bar, you see Eleanor lean forward. Harvestman, is it okay if an NPC grabs your character?
Absolutely.
Wonderful. Thank you for checking. So yeah, as y'all get to the bar, you see Eleanor just think about it for a second as Bookkeeper looks and Eleanor just reaches a hand under one of the straps and just doesn't pull him into a kiss, just pulls him just a little bit forward, so it engages the strap around his back, and she goes, I think it would be lovely if it was a date.
Yo!
Just break out in the widest grin.
Actually, I'm here for them to be cute. Like I said, I'm here to enable everyone's choices. Let's see, where are we? Where were we? Whoop. We're not over here. Pardon me. Does anyone else have an action?
Can Penn just do a scan of the room and see if there's anyone that he recognizes?
Sure. Is this a survival check? Is it will do different results?
Am I allowed to do it as a read the situation, since I'm just kind of looking around?
Oh, very much. Very, very,
All right,
very much.
Cool. Then I'll do that. $16 total.
16. At a 16, chill. People are enjoying the party. When you see certain cultural signifiers and you're like, oh, I can tell sort of the expected set of beliefs in this environment, right? Something about the drink on the menu that Bastion ordered, the images in the dance music, sort of the vibe of the crowd, and you're like, okay, so this is the crowd is a little bit wealthier, a little more upscale, they're a little more conservative. A
Oh,
little more
good.
conservative. Right? And it's not a threatening, like, we're gonna find the outsiders and destroy them conservative in this moment. But it is like, okay. We are celebrating the glorious and imagined past a little bit in the club tonight.
I don't like that you threw in a "in this moment" in there. I don't
Well,
like that
you
you
know,
threw that in there.
There are sometimes with certain belief systems, there's a on what scale of behavior are we at tonight? And Frieza, you
I get
do see
it.
Elias.
I don't like it.
You do see Elias sort of over the dance floor.
Amazing. Hate that.
Checking his phone occasionally. He does a turn and like his whole posture shifts all of a sudden. His whole posture shifts and it's much more relaxed, and he's having a party and he takes a selfie and his posture sort of returns to this ambient level of like resting tension that sits in him. You realize it's not the same tension, not the same level when you saw Elias at the party at the ball before, but like there's a tension in his shoulders. Like he's a little not comfortable. But all that went away when he was taking the selfie. And then he went on his phone. You're like, oh, he's sent it to someone. And sort of turned around, returned to looking at the dance floor.
Interesting.
Why did you rotate me?
Because the camera's this way.
Yeah, but I'm not looking at the camera. I'm looking at a man.
That's fair. That's fair. You are looking at the man.
Yeah.
Oh,
One
man.
sec. Olma would like to make a few rolls too.
Oh, please. All yours.
So I guess first up would be, could they make a hack or fix roll to just see, like, if one wanted to take control of the sound system and the images, like, is that possible? Is that doable?
Oh, no. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Reload for potato chip. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's +6.
Yeah, it is. Like it might involve. So it looks like it's in like for an 18. Looks like it's internally wired. It might involve you like getting into the walls a little bit.
Okay, but like if one ripped off a panel or two and like plugged it in, you could get at it.
Oh,
Okay.
you could manually get into the sound system.
Okay. And then two, I guess, just like a survive check, just to go and see like, so since the mob showed up, right, there's kind of just been in the back of Olmo's brain just a constant loop going, right, of just like all the horrible things that might happen to them if the mob gets a hold of them, and then switching back and forth between all the horrible things that they might do to the mob if they're able to get a hold of them. And so just like, what in this room might actually take their brain out of that space for a bit?
Yeah. I mean, so there's you sort of because almost right. You said like this is only your third, I guess, fourth trip to a club. I think
like, what amenities are available?
Yeah, there's the thudding of that music. There's sort of the there's a sort of there's an ambient sense of like party and relaxation. I think any of the clubs that you ever went to on New Sanjak never had like there's an era of relaxedness in the people around you that was never present on New Sanjak. Because it simply was not available to those folks, right? The level of ambient resting tension was kind of constant.
Yeah.
But like, do you see like if you look up at the drinks board, you see like two rotating potato chip emojis around one of the drinks? It's something like fruity and a little zesty.
Okay. Yeah, we'll go ahead and order that.
And like you feel a sense of like the sort of the pounding bass instead of I think there's a moment of like instead of sort of staccato and unpredictable, like you almost used to loud thudding noises and loud booming sounds. And these are loud, but they're regular and kind of predictable and rhythmic.
almost gonna
Sort
go
of
and
shocking and uncertain.
just lean over to Penn. Do you think you've got Bastion?
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
I might try out the dance floor for a little bit.
Hell yeah. I got you.
And I think they'll go ahead, head out to the dance floor, and try to see just like who they see out there, if there's anybody recognizable as they're
Yeah.
trying to get into the music.
The gang really wants to make sure there's no enemies in the crowd.
Sometimes you've had a really anxious, long several weeks, and it's kind of hard to not be on edge all the time, which is very reasonable and respectable.
No, I just love how many checks every person has made.
It's like, no, you're gonna ambush us, and I'm like, I don't know what you do. Me and I am a simple creature. I want everyone to have fun, and everyone's like, you're gonna ambush us. I know it.
You're a liar.
Post-traumatic stress is a thing.
Yep.
Yeah, Dozer, as you went into the crowd, I think a worry you didn't necessarily know you had, that was ticking away in the back of your brain was like the posture and the height and the movement shape of a man that looks very similar to you. Was something you were scanning the crowd for, and you only realize it as that anxiety lifts a little bit because there's no one like him here in the crowd. There's just the sound and the movement and people sort of losing themselves in the flow.
Yeah, I think Ulmo will definitely just dance for a little while as people interact and mingle.
Yeah. Let's see. Team Bastion, you are glaring at this man. If he has noticed you, he hasn't decided to acknowledge
Bastion's
it.
not gonna make a move towards him because he doesn't want to punch anyone.
Yeah.
But he is just gonna keep. I think Bastion's gonna take a picture and send it to Percy.
No response.
Yeah, that's
Whatever
fair.
he's doing, he's like away.
Yeah.
Phrase out. Bastion is like Bastion got here and is just like staring daggers at Elias from like, you know, up on the balcony, and is doing nothing else. This may turn into a crisis situation very soon.
I think Penn does have a question for Bastion. Anywho, so he might just go around the bar and stand next to him and just be like, so Percy wasn't able to make it?
No. He had things he had to do. House things. And you can hear, like, some disappointment in Bastion's voice that he's clearly trying not to convey.
Uh-huh.
But
And
also,
the bartender
he
go ahead,
isn't
sorry.
looking at you. He's still glaring at Elias.
And the bartender from behind you, Bastion, the bartender's gonna go, I'm sorry, darling, did you get stood up?
I mean, I hope not. I think he's genuinely busy. But yeah.
And the bartender, the bartender makes eye contact with you to make sure that you are checking on him so he doesn't start some shit. And like nods to you, and that like, let me know if you need anything. We got your back.
Penn and the bartender have formed an alliance.
Let me know if you need anything, darling. And he spins off around the bar to get someone else's drink.
So, how did you and Percy start talking then? How long have you guys been talking? What's up with that?
Do you remember that night we all went to that party?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
We talked. Percy and I talked then, and then he reached out to me, and then we talked again, and then we hung out the morning before the last mission, and
Hmm.
I was supposed to hang out.
You hung out?
Yeah,
You just went over to his house and
yeah.
Oh.
Hey,
Okay.
Pen, that's the craziest shit you've ever heard.
Like Penn was being sarcastic. And then Bastion was just like, yeah. Amazing.
And we're
So
probably gonna hang out later this week.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah. And then Pastor just takes another drink.
You know, usually, not always, but usually when people go to a club, it is to relax and have fun.
I'm having fun.
Does it look like he's having fun?
I mean, he has stopped glaring at Elias. But he might go back to glaring at Elias, who knows?
I'm just saying, once you've had a drink or so, why don't you go out dancing or something?
I might. We'll see.
Fair enough.
You should go have fun. You should go dance.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking about it. Probably will in a bit.
Hey, Pen.
Uh-huh.
You're like SSC agent training, spidey senses are tingling.
Good.
Bartender definitely caught that conversation. Not like they're
Yeah.
necessarily going to do anything with it, but they did catch that conversation.
Yeah. Oh, totally. I should figure out who he is and what his name is, but I'll do that later.
Bookkeeper, Eleanor, kind of like, bookkeeper, how you doing? Step one.
Bookkeeper's doing great. Bookkeeper's having the time of his life.
Eleanor kind of like she's like a little flushed because and like you can tell that like she is a little uncertain about her making strong choices, but she's really excited by that. Like she didn't think she had the strong comment in her. So she's, yes, the introvert has done it. She like the drink she gets, she like throws back like a good portion of it pretty quickly, and she goes, right, dance floor?
Dance floor.
And she like giggles and she like kind of leads Bookkeeper out to the dance floor. So you guys, Bastion and Pen, you see her like leading Pen onto the floor. Sort of giddily. Excitedly.
Cute.
Bastion, how are we doing? Experientially, emotionally. Or I can check back in with Bastion, I'm sorry. Dozer, yeah. So Dozer, there is sort of that sensory melding, right? Of like a little bit of a smidge of alcohol. There's the sort of the movement of the music. There's the movement of the lights, and like genuinely feeling that oppressive sense of worry fading away a little bit.
Yeah, I will say, so I feel like Dozer's not gonna be a great dancer, but I do feel like I should roll for it, right? Just to get a sense.
Oh my goodness, yeah, go for it.
I'll go. What do you think? 1 or 2 levels of difficulty?
I think probably 1 level of difficulty right now.
Okay. That is a 6.
So maybe like it takes some time to get moving in the. It's hard to get moving at the rhythm of the music necessarily like fluidly, so it feels a little bit disjointed. But like starting to feel the movement in your own body, which is weird, right? Because you've been trading bodies with Baz so much, and the handoff has been so constant. Like, right, you've been, as you go to sleep, Baz will often take control of that body and run around in the player 2 suite. And it's almost like you are getting accustomed to your body again, in a way that Baz was running around in it, and you had sort of taken for granted about your own sensory experience.
I should see what kind of music specifically is playing at the club? Like, I assume techno, any specific type, or
just like some pretty, constant techno. There's like some like sort of mixed hammer dulcimer in it.
Okay. Hell yeah.
But
okay.
it's going the screen, right, those like images of the historical, like, fragments of the historical text we have left from Passacaglia 1's time, mixed with those, right, rolling hillscapes. Occasionally you're like, that one definitely had a mustache drawn in it externally.
Do I have like any kind of comm link or anything on me?
Oh yeah, all yours. Like, might be a little hard to like fully get good hearing comms from the dance floor, but like, oh yeah.
Can I just go and contact us? Like, what's where you at, buddy?
Independent. And like a little gif, like a little like repeating gif image of a dancing elf flossing rolls past across the landscape, like in time with the right, what is footage of a landscape, what is clearly like a crusty 2D image of like a flossing stop motion elf.
You have any friends here that you can talk to?
Well, there was one friend, but they didn't come to the party because we're being responsible and they have to stay in a box. But I think the party's good, and I'm going to tell them all about it. Or maybe I already have always told them all about it. It's always tricky with them.
I'm sure they appreciate having somebody they can speak to a little bit more on their level. In their way.
But tonight, independent party.
Yeah. I'm curious, what do you see here? What interests you about this space?
I see sound. I see sensory data. I see a difference in experience. I see variance in experience. They're having a different experience on the discs, and people are having different experience tending the bar, and they're having a different experience watching, and he's having a different experience sitting alone and talking to a Sekhmet by himself, and also they're having a different experience on the couch. I think they're having a good time, but maybe I should do further research. There's just these two people in the background, like, just making out on the couch.
Oh yeah.
Fuck yeah. So happy for them.
Good time. But what was that about the Sekhmet?
Well, I'm being independent, so I'm not spying on anybody.
Okay. I'll try not to worry about that, but Baz, just try to have a good time. Do feel like we should be keeping an eye out just in case anything concerning happens, but for now just focus on fun.
Yeah. they're having the most fun, and Baz is talking about the people on this couch again. Baz, maybe like really new to the concept of people being like, Baz just says like, I think it's fascinating how people are together but differently.
There are many ways to be together, Baz. A lot of different ways.
Tell him the birds and the bees now.
Baz over your comms like, ooh, but like it sinks like several octaves lower and then holds a constant stable tone for like 6 consecutive seconds.
Oh no,
curious ooh noise.
Yeah, almost like hair is standing up on it. It's like, no. Don't want to think about my child.
Elias is still looking over the dance floor.
I should ask, has Dozer seen Elias as well, or?
I mean, I think he's not standing out much, right? Like in the middle of the dance floor, it's a lot of light and sound and movement.
Yeah.
And he's not doing anything to stand out. He's just kind of hanging out.
Quick question.
Yeah.
How old is Elias again?
Like a little bit older than Percy, like a few years older than Percy.
Okay.
Like not much. Are you asking if he's out of your range?
Yeah. Or if I'm out of his, you know?
Not especially.
It's important math to do.
Oh my god. The most Pen questions about a scenario.
It's important math. Pen has done the math wrong before. Please do the math correctly.
Oh, goodness gracious. No, he's just hanging out.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I think Pen, I don't know. He probably did a shot of something. And is ready to go on the dance floor now. But I think the way that he wants to do it is let's see. Just because he's curious, I think he's going to be a little extra like flamboyant, showy while he's dancing.
Mm-hmm. Go for it. Yeah.
Just because dude's looking around for something. I don't know what it is.
He doesn't seem listless. Like he does seem directed, though you're not sure directed where.
Yeah. And I want to see.
He keeps taking selfies. Actually, that's an interesting detail. He keeps taking those selfies every now and then. Which is very interesting. That's a very interesting thing he's doing.
Is he when he's taking selfies? Is he turning so you can see the dance floor behind him?
Often, yeah.
But not always.
Not always, but like being able to put the photo in a place seems to be relevant.
Yeah.
I think Bastion will follow Pen.
No.
Yeah.
Not like out, like not like directly behind them, but just like if they see Pen going, they're also gonna go out into the dance floor. At least for a bit. Is he taking another selfie perchance?
Yeah.
Were you also gonna try to photobomb him?
Bastion, if it's pointed anywhere at the dance floor, is going to stick up his middle finger. Because he's rude. He's a rude boy.
Oh, I love this. Why don't you make me a I don't know.
Being a rude boy? No, you just do that.
That's all yours. Here's the thing.
Okay. I was like, do I have to make
The problem is that he's distracted.
Rude?
And he's got a lot of things on his mind. So the sequence of events, takes a look at takes the selfie, looks at something on his phone, and then looks across, like, and then like waits for a response, gets a response, looks down, looks across the dance floor, makes eye contact with you, Bastion, and looks back at his phone and types on it again.
Oh, good.
He's never seen your face.
Yeah.
He doesn't know who you are.
Yeah. I mean,
but it's clear, like, whoever he sent the selfie to did, like, message him about that. Did talk to him about that.
Fascinating. I mean, he did see Bastion wearing a mask, like a half mask, before. Not that he has to recognize him, just they have met.
They have met, and with the half mask, but like,
I mean, he doesn't have to recognize him.
It's not that someone's being dismissive at you on purpose. It's that, like, kind of looking past you, like, acknowledged your presence and still kind of looking past you. So it's not like a directed insult. But it's uncomfortable. A little bit. Or just very familiar, for Bastion. Likely. And let's see. Oh, I'm gonna check the things. Bookkeeper. Or like, Hero, Bastion, you stumble upon, like, Eleanor and Bookkeeper dancing. Eleanor's, like, very into it, and vibing to the music, and, like, I think less restrained than you've seen her before.
Bastion is kind of jealous.
How is it feeling being at the club alone unexpectedly?
I think it sucks. I think he's kind of angry. Not angry at Percy, just sort of like angry about the situation. Like, it sucks and he didn't really want it to be like this.
Yeah. Someone shifts past and, like, bumps into you without really noticing.
Cool. I think Bastion's just gonna is just not vibing with it and is gonna head back to the bar.
Yeah. You head back to the bar. The bartender, like, do you need anything, darling? Can I help with anything?
I could another drink?
I'll another drink right away. You need something? Help you feel evened out?
What does that mean? I think
What?
Bastion shrugs and nods.
Well, we'll make sure you're all taken care of, darling. And someone slides up beside you at the bar, and just says, 2 more of the same, please," in kind of a distracted voice. And Bastion, you recognize that voice. And the bartender goes, "Yeah, of course, two more coming up," and sort of rolls off. And Bastion, it's Percy.
Bastion looks surprised.
He hasn't noticed you. Not because he's looking past you, not because he's ignoring you, just because, like, it's loud and he's, like, very wrapped up in something. He'll probably notice you in a second.
I think Bastion says, "Oh, I thought you weren't going to come."
And Percy, like, blinks and is fully taken aback. He goes, hello? I apologize. I was, oh goodness. It's nice to see you.
Yeah, is everything all right?
Antsy about something. He says, yes, I'm doing quite well. I'm excited to see you, again, on the,
It's Bastion, by the way.
What a beautiful name.
I think Bastion looks down and is trying to hide the fact that he's blushing. And he says, "Is everything all right? I thought you were busy."
I'm afraid that I am busy. But as I said, I very much look forward to our next meeting, and the bartender comes with the drinks. And Percy picks up his 2 drinks. He says,
No.
"Thank you for your understanding and your time." And turns and starts making his way back across the dance floor. Do you want to stop him? Do you want to interrupt him?
I think Bastion's going to follow.
Yeah, and you make it about this far onto the floor. And Percy says, "I need you to separate yourself from me as if you hadn't noticed me, please."
And I think at that, Bastion nods and says, yeah, sorry." And is going to sort of quickly move back to the bar.
Yeah. Percy's gonna make his way upstairs to right to the 2nd level, and sort of turn in at one of these like the sitting tables, right? Because a lot of clubs have like an area that's tucked away. There are tables.
Oh, you're chugging.
Oh no, the stream chugging? Is my audio chugging?
Yes, your audio in the stream.
Ooh, 230 kilobytes per second. That's concerning. Oh goodness. I hope the tech recovers. I'm sorry in advance if the tech does not recover. Oh, I'm seeing signs that the tech is not recovering. Oh, goodness gracious me. Should I restart my stream? Hope
Yeah,
not.
that might help.
It says drop frames 0.9%, but that number's
Yeah, you're
rising.
like still sort of moving, but it is
Cool.
chugging.
Yeah, you're getting some real big spikes too. Like it was up to
Okay.
400 for a sec there.
All right.
Yeah,
Well,
you're up to
I'm so sorry,
600.
everyone. We're gonna restart the stream real quick. I'll be right back. Hello.
Good.
Hello, we're back. Thank you for your patience. I perhaps overestimated the amount that my computer could handle. So thank you for your patience, everyone. It's a big city. I maybe need to be a little more responsible with my tech use. Thank you for your patience. When we left off, Percy was just... are we live? We got it?
Yeah,
We're live. We're good.
looks like we're
Gucci.
live.
Beautiful. Thank you. Sorry to everyone. Thank you for your patience. All right.
Sometimes
So,
it happens.
the last time we saw... So, last time on, 5 minutes ago, less than 5 minutes ago, we saw Percy sort of just... Rejection hit so strong it killed the stream. Yes, true, accurate. Percy, like, I must ask you to pretend like you don't know me. I'm sorry, and disappeared up into this booth, and Bastion retreated to the bar. Actions to table?
I think Bastion's gonna chug his current drink.
It is weaker than the last one.
Yay!
It is less alcohol content, because your bartender cares about you.
Good bartender.
Had a suspicion. Dozer, you definitely just heard that happen. You were exactly in range.
Dozer's definitely gonna go over and check in. Hey, kid, you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
I mean, like, we don't gotta talk about it right now, but like I saw that happen, and I don't know exactly what to make of it, but it didn't seem okay.
He's got things he has to do, and he can't be seen with me.
Yeah, but that's still shitty.
It's the way it is.
I mean, it still feels shitty.
I think Bastion just shrugs.
Is there anything that would help?
No, not right now.
Pen, you're gonna get a message.
Oh, goody. Who
It's-
from?
Remind me of his name again? The person you contacted earlier?
Oh, Ilmar.
Yeah, Ilmar's gonna give you a message. Just sort of says, what did you get into? Period.
I'm gonna do,
His communication's
Well-
normally very organized.
I'm gonna do a little, like, funny face with the tongue sticking out.
This supplier connection doesn't make sense. How invested are you? Like, how invested are you in this information?
I'm willing for it to cost me. I don't want it to cost you.
In that case, it's a very interesting shipping question you had, but I'm afraid there's no more that I can help you with, and I hope you have a good rest of your evening.
Now I get to look through his systems later.
And he also says, I'm afraid I'll be taking a vacation for the next 3 weeks, so if you have any further queries, you can leave them with my office, and someone will get to them as soon as possible.
Info's so bad he had to leave.
I'm gonna send just like, I don't know, 3 heart emojis. And then I hope you have a good break. Let me know if you need anything. Need me to cover anything while you're gone. I'll take care of it.
Will do. Actually, there's just not a response to that one. And there's just not a response. He just doesn't respond.
Yeah.
So whatever he dug into is serious enough that he's booking it.
Yeah. No, Ilmar. Can I? Uh, message Bass real quick.
Yes. Yes, because that one time Baz messaged you, so you do technically have that contact line still.
Yeah, I do.
I think Baz is in the group chat, aren't they?
Yes, that's right. They did send a message to the group chat. Everyone can now
Yeah.
contact Baz.
I'm like, hey, Baz.
Hey. Hey.
All right. Hey. Totally fine if you don't want to for any reason, but I accidentally asked someone to look into something that means that they're leaving, and I'm trying to not get them in more trouble, so I can't have them give me the information. Would you be willing to help me take it?
I can cause the spaceports to shut down for the next 36 hours.
I don't want that, but
You're like pretty
that's
sure
really
that's
good to
code for
know.
Baz calling in a bomb threat or something? Like,
Such a good boy.
Would you be willing to help me with some resource information extraction? No worries if not. I can take care of it on my own, I think. Maybe.
information. Yes, but right now I'm being independent at the club, and there's like a picture of like a baseball bat with deal with it glasses, and you realize that on the screen, amongst the historical figures, there's a baseball bat in like a traditional like toga-esque garment, with deal with it glasses, the baseball bat, on the screen at the rave.
Hell yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely not right now.
Like Baz is
now,
some amount of like
it's
in
fun
these
time.
systems.
It is fun time right now. I am 100% with you.
Yes. Flee for life later. Baseball bat, baseball bat, baseball bat.
Goodest little gremlin.
Potato chip. Potato chip. What else? Where else are we going? Pen, you haven't been up to the second floor yet, right? That's like it's not cordoned off. It's open space in the club, right? It's sort of a weird accessibility choice to make it upstairs to get there, but like it's the sort of the quieter part of the club.
Yeah. It happens. It's usually because sometimes people want to be able to just stand up there and look down on everyone. They understand their clientele.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay. Well, let's see. Doing the math. Oh, goodness. I think this means that I guess Penn can just go up and talk to Elias. Or at least go up. No, not approach Elias, but be up in the upper area and hang out like right here.
Yeah, as you're heading up, you see Percy steps away, maybe to go to the bathroom, maybe it's just like to get a breath of fresh air for a moment from the table. And you see there's a figure like sort of like leaning over the table, and once Percy like leaves eyeshot, like opens like a little device in their hand, and there's a little hologram, a little red hologram of an entity of some kind, like a humanoid hologram projection. Appears to be like talking with it, so that's interesting.
Do I recognize the person?
Give me a check. Give me a check for Dark Club weird vibes.
That's so anxiety provoking because over half the people we know are bad.
What sort of check? Can this be another read the situation type thing, or
you know,
it's like one of two people.
I'll give you more on the vibe if it's read the situation, but also if you just make me a sort of an unmodified, probably a level of difficulty check, I can give you a look at their face, both of which would be useful.
Okay, I'll take the difficulty and try to like see their face, I guess.
Go for it.
Six.
No, not clear who it is, but like red hologram, red outfit. So that's interesting. For your right, if you're just making the corner and it's like casual once over,
red, you said?
Don't quite make it. Yeah, red.
Okay.
Which like doesn't speak for everything, but and Elias is there watching the dance floor. He clearly like took notice of Percy taking his leave, but is kind of playing it off. He's just scanning the room.
Does he seem to have noticed that there's another person up here?
He hasn't like made a thing about it.
Okay.
Don't have cow, man. I'm sorry. That erupted from my body, unbidden.
It was wild. Can I do something?
Yeah.
I think Bastion is going to start heading over towards Elias.
No.
God damn it.
You would have to
Yeah,
head
almost
across
gonna
the dance
follow.
floor and up those stairs.
What?
But you have to head across the dance floor into those stairs,
Oh,
but
I
definitely.
mean, then yeah, I'll just head this way.
I think Pen will start like if it looks like you're about to start going up the stairs, Pen's gonna like do like a cutting the air with a hand motion, like stop it.
Almost just
Go
gonna be like,
away.
where are you going? Because as far as I know, almost not aware of Elias currently. So just where are you
No,
going?
just right. So right from almost perspective, Bastion just turns and starts taking off across the floor.
Yeah, like wait, what's going on?
Then just walking around.
Just gonna keep following, just kind of inquisitively. So I won't actually prevent them unless I get like line of sight to Pen.
Bookkeeper, are you with us?
I am.
Bookkeeper, thank you for your patience while I've been jumping across things. Eleanor, very into dancing with you. A lot of people right at the club are just sort of like vibing, moving however the rhythm of the music takes their like invites their body to move. Eleanor's movements are a little more like precise. Like she is vibing to the music and then she does like a turn and you're like, oh, that's Bookkeeper, you want to make me a history check really quick?
Accuracy for background and the full 8 points of investment for
Oh
investigate.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Cool.
All yours. That was wild. That was wild.
Yeah, that was a lot.
Baby.
You did it.
So what you're able to see, and I think with only someone with a historical background, right, could have noticed this, is that all of Eleanor's moves are like they're parts of specific traditional historical dances, but she's sort of weaving them together into the way she's vibing with the music, into the rhythm, so it doesn't feel awkward or stiff. It feels like it's flowing into her movements. And as she's dancing with you, like there's a moment when she invites you to take her hand and goes to like Bookkeeper. Are you gonna move with her as she sort of invites you to?
Oh, 100%.
She's gonna sort of invite you, and she spins you a little bit, and the spin, and you realize sort of as it's happening, right? Turns, she places her hand on the small of your back, and it becomes like a dip. And in that moment, in that dip, and you see like she's looking at you, like it strikes you that Eleanor, very anxious, so it's not always apparent, but Eleanor is someone who pays a lot of attention to the world around her in different ways, in different places. And in that moment, like she's noticing you, and you feel Bastion move behind you with urgency and distress. Bookkeeper, do you have an action?
Yeah, I would like to file Bastion's movements for later, and try to stay in the moment for a bit.
I think that's very beautiful. I think you're right. And as she's like, the dip's not long, right? It feels long, but maybe it's only a few. Maybe it's only a few seconds. Relative time. But subjectively, it feels long. And Eleanor says, it's so good to find someone who wants to spend the time with me as I want to spend the time with them. And sort of like brings you up out of the dip, and turns and keeps turning with you to the music.
Oh, that's so sweet.
And
She's engaged.
Don't do that. Shush you.
I don't know, maybe.
Isn't Pen a house or a homebreaker or homewrecker?
No. They're not dating.
Listen.
oh,
Oh, I'm listening.
We can talk about that later.
Can we?
Oh,
Existential dread is so good to grapple with as opposed to this.
Sure?
I would rather be
That
scared
would
of
be
my
great.
reality than whatever's going on over here.
I think Percy is trying to lose Olmo in the crowd of people dancing.
Oh wow, Batch is trying
Okay.
to lose Olmo in the crowd.
Can
Y'all give
I?
me a contested
Alright.
Bastion with advantage, or with a level of accuracy, just because you're. I feel like that's background appropriate.
With a level of
You know this
accuracy?
place.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have navigated dense crowds before.
The 4.
Damn.
Oh. Olmo,
I
you
rolled
are
2 1s, which is crazy.
awesome.
That's
Then
rough.
yeah, Bookkeeper, sort of as you're in this moment with Eleanor, you also catch Dozer like right behind him.
It's like, I don't know that now's a good time to be making any rash decisions. I don't know what's going on, but
Here, let's wait before we hit the top of the stairs.
like they're not gonna physically restrain. They're gonna keep walking after until
Oh yeah.
like
Oh yeah. Oh,
unless
just,
they see there's a target specifically, but they haven't clocked anything yet.
Nope, no target yet. Freeze out. You are watching this go down. Elias has not seen this going down. He is taking another. He's taking another picture, and then frowns, and then frames it and takes a different picture of himself again with that like happy, carefree demeanor, slipping in when the picture is taken, and then slipping out again, like almost instantaneously. Like it's something he's doing for the expression.
Posed for a picture before. I know how it goes. Is there let's distract him a little bit more. I think Penn's gonna come up a little bit closer, not like super close, but like close enough to be within speaking distance in a club, and just be like, so you came all the way to the club to take a bunch of stressful looking photos?
And like remember, right? He's looking not stressed in the photos. It's the only time he's not stressed.
Oh, but the process seems to be.
Yeah. Comfortable people don't comport themselves that way. Situations where everything's cool don't tend to go like that.
He's trying to project an image, and Penn's like, wow, that sure is an image you're trying to project.
Pendleton, was it? And you get Elias's full attention. I do hope you're having a good time at the club.
It's all right. I haven't been in a little bit, so it's been nice to relax.
Indeed. I have a question.
Oh boy, I
Humor
may or
me.
may not have an answer.
What do you think power should be used for? As long as we're asking vague rhetoricals, what do you think power should be used for?
Oh, I thought I was being direct. My apologies.
He grins. Elias is playing a game with you. He's delighted that you're playing a game with him. He doesn't get that very often.
Yeah, I got it. That's an excellent question. I suppose. I have clear answers about what it shouldn't be used for, but I'm curious to hear what you have to think.
But that's the trouble, isn't it? If you had the levers of power before you, what do you think they should be used for? Is it merely a negative art, one of removing harm?
Universal peace and free puppies for all.
That sounds like a wonderful goal. I'm sure we'll start a few shelters. Can I help you with anything? You seem lost. Like, that wasn't a threat of physical harm. But it felt a little like... Elias is informing you that you have interrupted his evening. And he's not telling you that you're bad and you should die, but he is wanting you to justify your presence. And also, we can tab back to you if you'd like.
No, no, it's okay. Sorry, I'm thinking of all the things I could say and trying to decide. No, I think that Penn's answer will just be simple. Well, I was having a good time and enjoying the scenery, such as it is, and noticed that there was someone who might be struggling to do the same.
I'm sorry, I, the GM, have to ask. What was that again?
He was basically like, I was having fun, and then I was looking around, and I saw that you weren't, so I came over here to see what was up.
That's so cute.
Because Penn's a nosy little bitch.
Elias says, I suppose all of us have to be working at some time. And perhaps, depending on the labor of our interest, it takes more attention from us. I have to keep track of my investments and perhaps make new ones.
I see.
Team Bastion, where are we at?
I headed up the stairs to the top of the stairs.
Yeah.
I love that.
So at this point, Dozer's probably gonna be thinking you're actually... Okay, wait, are you turning to the right when you get to the top?
Outside?
Percy's in the thing. He's in the bathroom real quick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like, which way are you turning when you get to the top of the stairs?
This way.
Okay. Yeah, still no idea where you're going.
Alma, why don't you make me a I am not missile guided in this moment. I am checking out the room roll.
Okay. Let's
It's
see.
like a level of
Investigate.
advantage. You're walking right past this table. Or a level of accuracy. Again,
And would
it's okay.
investigate apply?
Not super much.
Okay. Just a base roll. 13.
Oh, hey. That's George.
Yeah, almost gonna go ahead
sitting
and...
over a booth. He's around this, like,
Wait,
he's
what?
got a thing in his hands that's projecting, like, a little humanoid holographic figure, and he's talking with her.
Yeah, we should just keep on moving if Bastion has not spotted that.
Can Bastion make a check?
Yeah.
I'll make a
Would
check.
it be fair to give you, like, a level or two of difficulty? Because, like, you are on target. Does that sound
but
fair?
also Bastion has a high level of anxiety, and so I would
this
say
is true.
is very aware. And also,
Let's just roll it raw.
yeah,
I think that sounds fair.
I would be correct if Bastion wasn't also someone who's a little anxious at any given time they're going to be shot again.
Yeah, it does do that to people.
That's a 10.
All that's George.
I think at that point a bunch of things click into place all at once about where Percy was going.
Oh, there's the two glass. The table in front of him has the two empty glasses that Percy got from the bar.
Oh,
Okay,
Bastion's gonna go and sit
try and
down.
intervene.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Messy bitch.
Do we need to make a who acts first roll really quick?
Yeah.
Why don't you both just throw me an unmodified d20 just for the giggles?
No pilot score stuff on it?
No, just luck.
All right, that's an 8.
That's a 4.
We're going 4.
Dozer, in this moment of abrupt action, as you see, right, as you know, Dozer, as you watch Bastion's eyes connect with the two empty glasses and with George, who has not clocked either of you. He's like really into talking to whatever he's talking to, and sort of in this, you know, in our slowed time moment of like all of the pieces clicking together. It's like this, like very waifu-y looking cat girl
Oh god.
hologram
He's the
he's
worst.
speaking with, and Olma, what's your action?
Just gonna go ahead and try to like get in between just a little bit and just look them in the eye and say, look, if you want to make this man hurt, that's not the way. You can take him apart much more effectively if you don't make a scene here and if you do it quietly. I can help you if you want, but just not here, not now, not loud.
I think Bastion takes a deep breath, and nods and just heads back down the stairs.
Almost gonna go ahead and try to get out of here before they notice.
As you're heading out, Dozer, George, maybe thinks he's heard Percy, but he doesn't look up from what he closes what he's looking at really quick, and he goes, oh hey, could you get another drink, and like clocks you and goes, oh hey,
Hey.
do I know you?
No, I think we might have just... You live around here? I think we just might see each other on the street. I'm just gonna try to walk away.
Huh. As you walk away, you see George, like badly hiding it, open whatever he was looking at, and the light playing, sort of reflecting across him.
Is there... I need physical contact to hack things.
Oh, you want to make me a where's the
Yeah, like, can I make it like, where's the inn? Is there a way to hack this man?
of a man?
Well, not the man himself, his devices, I should say, but the device that he's currently using.
Oh, this involves me making a lot of decisions really fast about what we can hack in terms of wireless devices.
And that's the thing, if you wanted to, we could always say that, like, Baz is somehow interfacing.
Oh, Baz is definitely gonna help. Yeah, you can give me a check on what are you looking to do with George's devices?
One, I guess, just shut that down and just play something shitty and graphic to him. Something surprising that's going to be unpleasant.
Yeah, okay. Give me a check to get into his machines, real quick.
Yeah. Disadvantage?
Just neutral.
Okay. Plus 6.
I don't know how to say this. The frat bro security is not especially tight because what's the word? Any tech system security is only as good as the person using it, right? So if George's passwords are all like 123 babes, it's very easy to get into his systems. Yeah, on a 17, like he's on a video call with something somewhere else in the city.
I guess
A local net video call with something.
okay. Is there a way to trace that possibly, I guess, before shutting this down, or?
Yeah. Just pick which one you want and roll me.
Okay. I'll go for trying to trace it. And let me know if any disadvantage at any point.
Don't need that.
So let's see, that's 12.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's like there's the hangar for Pancratian training.
Pancrati? Okay.
Because Pancratia is sort of the term for like
Yeah,
knights, right? Which we
yeah.
all knew that all of the sort of the rich kids that we've been encountering are Pancratian training, are curiousers.
I want to see if Baz can keep that info.
Yeah.
And then if it would be possible just to be petty and roll to see if I can shut that down and just play, I don't know. I mean, almost shitty, goatsy, just something like that.
Oh, sure. Just like shock,
Yeah.
nasty shock imagery. I mean, you probably can. For the rolls you pass, you can fuck with him.
Okay. Yeah, just gonna go and shut that down and like give him a little shock.
Baz does give him a stop motion, intensely gory film of like war footage, but it's all made with stop motion and potato chips.
Good.
But somehow it's still like a little uncomfortable and gut churning because it's so people were so dedicated to this particular concept. And like you hear as you descend the stairs, you hear George go, "What the fuck?" and slam his phone shut. I hate that she fucking does that.
You know she would.
And freeze out. Elias like took notice of the thing with George. And also was grateful for your Elias is like, I would like to thank you for your charity and your concern for my experience. But again, are you lost?
I'm up here on purpose. You can ask me to leave if you want. I am so thoughtful after all.
Oh, I see. And he's gonna take like a step closer. It's not like a threatening step, and he says, "Are you seeking a dancing partner for the evening?" Is that what you're looking for?
Particularly, but now I'm entertained.
And Elias does one clock of the situation over there, looks at his phone, checks something, sends a message, and he goes, "Well, I've satisfied my needs for the evening. I've done what I needed to do."
Congratulations on your business completion.
And yet, it never quite feels like I've succeeded. Perhaps that is what it is to build an investment portfolio.
Right.
Eleanor, bookkeeper, where are you right now?
Bookkeeper is going to say something along the lines of, "Oh my god, how could anybody not appreciate you?" And then feel really bad about the next thing that comes out of his mouth, which is, "I want to know more. We should go sit down somewhere and then move up here if she's amenable."
Oh yeah, she will happily go with you. She's delighted.
Excellent.
Up where again? I'm sorry, missed it.
Oh, there's a little lounge up here. That's
Ooh,
like very
yes, all yours.
Also, as I pass by Penn, I will like high five them if they are walking off Elias.
No.
Are they walking off with Elias? He's free for the evening.
Yeah.
Amazing.
We're dancing, apparently.
I love this. Yeah, Elias is going to sort of walk off with you as you high five as you pass them. Penn, you catch Elias. Percy sort of emerges from the bathroom. He's looking miserable. Percy is looking like Percy's been crying.
Yeah.
And he is trying to cover it. And he's sort of And he makes eye contact with Elias. And Elias sort of like shakes his head a little bit in disappointment and leads you onto the floor as Percy disappears to talk with George again. Hero, you got a message on your phone that just has Percy saying, "Just I'm sorry." No like punctuation, no capitalization, none of that, which is very unusual for how he communicates. There's no like poetry or artistry in it.
I think Bastion looks at it and just is gonna go take a seat over here and like presses hands against his eyes and try not to like cry.
Oh my goodness. Oh no. Oh no. You were having such a vibe a minute ago. Where are we at currently?
Sorry, I did miss just a second there. Just had to look away. So Percy ended up sending a message?
I think what you saw was Bastion getting a message on their phone and then like settling into the chair, head in their hands. Am I getting that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, is everything okay? I shut down its call.
I think Bastion laughs and then says, "Yeah, I mean, I'll be alright. I'm not gonna do anything rash anymore. You should go have fun."
Look, I don't want to leave you here alone, and I don't really think there's too much more I'm gonna get out of this place. I'm happy to go ahead and chill here for a bit if it's all right with you. I understand if you do want space, though.
I might need a little space.
Yeah, understandable. I was just
Yeah.
gonna go ahead and give them some space. Probably gonna head to the bar.
And sort of back at this little lounge, this little tucked away lounge, bookkeeper, Eleanor, like, I haven't been out dancing in so long, and it was so exciting. It was so nice to oh I haven't felt this alive in a minute. Thank you.
Thank you. You were incredible. Can I roll to reference the bits that she was weaving into her dance?
Yes.
Okay.
You rolled really good earlier.
I barely made it.
Yes, you made it. Yeah.
You did it.
Let's go bare minimum.
Listen, tens get degrees.
Degrees.
I think like right because I will let you narrate if you want like one of the cultural pieces. But like you saw a lot of like traditional Kurikan dance. You saw a lot of the traditional dances from the homeworld of House of Order. But like it was never like a big thing. Like it was a tapestry of her own weaving.
I think that I'm gonna weave that. Sorry for not narrating in first person.
No,
Cool. Just weave that into a compliment about how subtle she is.
I don't and she flushes a little bit and she says, I hope I'm not and Pasha, you've like unusual that you've gotten like a look from someone like this, and she goes, I hope I'm not too subtle. And she does give you a once over.
Pasha's gonna make a strangled sound. Very barely noticeable, but it's there.
And she's going to Eleanor, like clearly on a roll tonight, right? Just brushes a hand against Pasha's cheek, and says, I do hope I'm not being too forward.
stuttering, utter blushing mess. No, 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 no.
No, and she draws back very gently, not like abruptly.
Pasha's gonna go for it. Just fall head over heels. No, this is wonderful. Thank you. You can be as forward as you like.
And let's gently lights down as she leans in for a kiss. Let's see. Actually, I'm noticing the time. I'm noticing where we're at. Do we want to lights down on the club on that little scene? Where everyone is having just a wildly different night at the club. Do you want to close on that kiss?
If people also want to continue, I can also, we can have a reason for Olmo to exit the club.
No.
I wouldn't mind continuing. I think it would be fun, but
I just know about my brain reserves.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a
real.
feeling something very bad happened somewhere in the back there, and I feel like this is a powder keg, and we should revisit it.
I love this. We can also come back to the club next session. We're still enjoying it. How are people feeling?
I'm good with
I suppose
either.
I'm the GM, so I should just make
Hen
that
wants
decision.
to keep on poking Elias.
I am curious where the rest of the threads go. I think
That being said, it doesn't have to be tonight.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think that's a beautiful endpoint for this session. We'll close. Yeah. I think. Eleanor's gonna lean in for that kiss, and we're gonna wind to a close there. Thank you all so much for joining me for this session of Divine Right of Kings. It's so good to have you all. Y'all are wonderful. And everything's gonna be fine. How we feel like everything's gonna be fine, everybody?
Oh yeah.
No.
It's a lie. You're supposed to lie, Bastion.
No. No.
And let's see. I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, we will be taking a break next week. Is that right? Am I remembering that right? We're taking a break next week.
I have to wait a whole nother week.
I'm so sorry to leave us in limbo. No, I'm not. I actually, part of the reason I was like, this would be a good moment is because I think it would be a wonderful cliffhanger. So we will be off next week. So I'm so sorry for making you wait in limbo. But, there was a kiss. It was sweet, and there's no problems. It'll be fine. In the meanwhile, we have a Tickus Tackus that I'm working on getting the videos up for, but that I'm hoping to upload more videos to as I figure out the rhythm and the vibe. And there is a VOD channel, both linked in the doobly-doo, whether that's the Twitch doobly-doo or the YouTube doobly-doo, whichever. I think everyone here brings their chops every week that we run, and I think y'all are super cool. And thank you, any and all folks who joined us in chat. Y'all are delightful, or are watching the VOD afterwards.
Yeah,
you guys rock.
Thank you for stopping by. Make sure to follow so you can get alerted when we
do the algo things if
next.
you want to do the algo things, and there will be more shopping and also club drama.
No, the whole thing is over. The romantic tension is broken. The rom-com has reached its satisfying conclusion. I think we can pack up.
Right, exactly. Because once someone, once there's a little kiss, that means that everything's over and nothing will be complicated ever again. And it'll be simple and fine. And y'all are wonderful. Take care of yourselves. We will see you on the looks at calendar. We will see you on the 19th. Good night, everybody. See you soon.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Edible?
Obsessed